Commander Lisa Reeves stood at the observation deck of the Earth Fleet vessel Defender, watching the stars. After 20 years in the UN Space Exploration Corps, she thought nothing could surprise her. She was wrong. "Commander, they're hailing us again," said Lieutenant Frank Miller, his voice tight with excitement. Lisa nodded. "Put them through." The view screen flickered. The alien's bluish skin and 4 eyes still startled her, even after 3 days of communication. "Ambassador Thorthep of the Valthusian Confederation sends greetings." The translator spoke as the alien's mouthparts moved. "We are pleased to confirm your escort to Earth. The Galactic Council awaits humanity's response to our invitation." Lisa kept her face neutral despite her racing heart. First contact had happened just 1 week ago, when the Valthusian ship appeared near Jupiter. Now, they were escorting these aliens to meet with world leaders. "We appreciate your patience, Ambassador. Earth's leadership is eager to meet you." The alien made a gesture that the cultural team suggested meant respect. The screen went dark. "I still can't believe it," Frank whispered. "All those years wondering if we were alone." Lisa nodded. "And now we're being invited to join some interstellar United Nations." 2 days later, Lisa stood in the background of the UN General Assembly Hall in New York as Ambassador Thorthep addressed the world's leaders. Screens worldwide broadcast the historic moment. "For 50,000 of your years, the Galactic Council has maintained peace among 27 spacefaring civilizations," the alien explained. "We have watched Earth's development with great interest. You have overcome division and war to reach for the stars. The Council votes unanimously to extend membership to humanity." The room erupted in applause. Lisa spotted Secretary General Maria Alvarez wiping away tears. Later that evening, at the reception in the UN Gardens, Lisa was surprised when Maria approached her. "Commander Reeves, just the person I wanted to see." Lisa straightened. "Madam Secretary General." "At ease, Commander. I've reviewed your record. Diplomatic training, first contact protocols, xenobiology studies. You're perfect." "Perfect for what, ma'am?" "Ambassador Daniel Carter will lead our delegation to Centauri Prime. I want you as his second in command." Lisa nearly dropped her drink. "Me? But surely there are more qualified. We need space officers who understand both diplomacy and security. You're it." Before Lisa could respond, a tall, gray-skinned alien approached. Unlike the Valthusians, this one had a more reptilian appearance. "Ah, Representative Krell of the Araxian Concordat," Maria said. "Meet Commander Lisa Reeves." The alien's vertical pupils narrowed as he studied Lisa. Human military. Interesting choice for a diplomatic mission. Something in his tone made Lisa uneasy. "I serve in exploration, not combat." "Of course." Krell's mouth formed what might have been a smile. "We Araxians have always found humans fascinating. Such an unusual evolutionary path." Maria was called away, leaving Lisa with the alien. "Tell me, Commander," Krell said quietly, "do you humans ever wonder why, in a galaxy teeming with life, you developed in isolation? We assumed the vastness of space. Space is vast, yes, but not empty, not unmonitored." Krell leaned closer. Some council members were quite surprised by the invitation extended to Earth. Before Lisa could ask what he meant, Ambassador Thorthep called for attention. "Citizens of Earth," the Valthusian announced, "preparations begin tomorrow. In 1 month, your delegation will join us at Centauri Prime, the heart of galactic civilization." As the crowd cheered, Lisa noticed Krell watching the humans with an unreadable expression. 2 weeks later, aboard the training vessel in Earth orbit, Lisa studied alien languages with the rest of the diplomatic team. Her mind kept returning to Krell's strange comments. Why would some council members be surprised by humanity's invitation? What did he mean about Earth developing in isolation? "You look troubled," said Greg Martinez, one of the scientists assigned to study alien technology. "Just nervous," Lisa lied. "Me too. But think about it. We're going to be the first humans to see an alien civilization. Greg's eyes sparkled with excitement. What could possibly go wrong? Lisa forced a smile, but couldn't shake the feeling that they were missing something important. Something about the way some of the aliens looked at them, as if humans were an unexpected variable in a carefully balanced equation. As the Earth ship prepared for its historic journey, no one noticed the small communication drone leaving Krell's vessel, racing toward distant stars with an encrypted message. The containment has been breached. Humans are coming. The journey to Centauri Prime took 3 weeks aboard the Valthusian diplomatic vessel. Lisa spent most of that time studying council protocols and trying to ignore the growing knot in her stomach. Amazing, isn't it? Greg Martinez floated up beside her in the zero-gravity observation dome. Below them, the swirling blue-green atmosphere of Centauri Prime filled the view. An actual alien civilization. Lisa nodded. I keep thinking I'll wake up back on Earth. Greg pointed to strange energy readings on his tablet. These power signatures are off the charts. Their tech is centuries beyond ours. Which makes me wonder why they want us in their council, Lisa said quietly. The ship descended through clouds into a sprawling city of crystal towers and floating platforms. Massive ships from dozens of worlds moved through designated air corridors. The human delegation stared in silent awe. Ambassador Daniel Carter gathered them before landing. Remember, we represent all of humanity. The Council has 27 member species. We're the newcomers here. The Valthusian ship docked at a massive floating platform. As the humans stepped out, Lisa noticed at least 50 different alien species watching them. Some looked curious, others seemed concerned, and a few appeared openly hostile. Thorthep led them through a grand hall filled with holographic displays of various worlds. The council chamber awaits. Your formal introduction begins the membership process. The chamber was a vast circular room with tiered seating. Representatives from each council species sat in designated areas. Lisa stood behind Ambassador Carter as he addressed the assembly. Humanity is honored by your invitation. We come in peace, eager to learn and contribute to galactic society. Most aliens responded with polite gestures, but Lisa noticed several representatives from the Araxian section watching with cold, calculating eyes. Krell was among them, whispering to his associates. After the ceremony, the humans were shown to their quarters in the diplomatic sector. Lisa shared a living space with 3 other team members. Commander Reeves, a soft voice called from the doorway. Lisa turned to see a slender alien with pale purple skin and large, luminous eyes. According to her studies, this was an Ardelian. I am Vela, junior diplomatic aide. I've been assigned to assist your team. Thank you, Vela. We have much to learn. The Ardelian glanced nervously down the hall. Some things aren't in the official guides. May I speak with you privately? Lisa led Vela to a small balcony overlooking the city. What's wrong? Not all council members supported inviting humans. Vela's voice dropped to a whisper. The Araxians and their allies fought against it. They were overruled. Why would they oppose us? We've done nothing to them. Vela looked away. There are old stories. Nothing official, but legends among my people speak of humans long ago. Before Lisa could ask more, her communicator beeped. Greg needed her in the Technology Exchange Center. She found him examining a strange device with swirling lights. Look at this, Lisa. It's some kind of mural interface, but something odd happens when humans try to use it. Greg placed his hand on the device. The lights pulsed faster, changing to colors not seen with other species. The tech team says our brain patterns interact differently with their systems. Greg explained, almost like the technology wasn't designed with humans in mind. A deep voice finished. They turned to see an Araxian scientist watching them. Curious, isn't it? Most council technology is compatible with all known sentient neural structures. Yet humans cause unexpected reactions. The Araxian left without introducing himself. Later that evening, Lisa couldn't sleep. She wandered the quiet halls and paused when she heard raised voices from a restricted council chamber. Mistake to bring them here. Someone was shouting in a language her translator barely caught. The quarantine held for 50 millennia. Another voice argued, already showing signs of the old patterns. Council voted. It's done. Lisa stepped back as the door slid open. Krell emerged with two other council members. They fell silent when they saw her. Commander Reeves, Krell said smoothly. Lost. Just stretching my legs. Be careful where you wander. Some areas are restricted for your safety. His smile didn't reach his eyes. We wouldn't want any accidents. After they left, Lisa noticed a small object on the floor, a data crystal that must have fallen from someone's pocket. She picked it up and quickly returned to her quarters. When she showed it to Greg the next morning, his eyes widened. Lisa, if I can access this, we might learn what they're hiding. Be careful, Lisa warned. I don't think we were invited here for the reasons they claimed. Unknown to them, a surveillance device in their quarters transmitted everything to a secure Araxian facility, where Krell watched with growing concern. 6 months passed since the human delegation arrived on Centauri Prime. Lisa kept a private log of strange occurrences, restricted areas that only humans couldn't enter, conversations that stopped when she approached, alien representatives who seemed afraid of humans for no reason. I found something, Greg whispered as he entered Lisa's quarters. His eyes were red from lack of sleep. It took weeks to crack the encryption on that data crystal. Lisa locked the door. What did you find? Greg showed her his tablet. There's a file labeled Project Containment. It mentions Earth, but most details are redacted. Lisa studied the screen. This document is over 5,000 years old. And look at this reference to quarantine protocols established in Sector 3471. That's our solar system. Lisa felt cold. They knew about us. They've been watching us for thousands of years. Greg nodded. There's more. I need someone else we can trust. The ship's translator can't handle some of these ancient language files. I know someone, Lisa said, thinking of Eric Wallace, a linguist on their team. The next day, Lisa approached Eric in the botanical gardens where many diplomats walked. Less chance of being overheard. I need your expertise on something sensitive, she said quietly. Eric raised an eyebrow. I've noticed things too. Ambassador Carter has been acting strange since his private meeting with the council elders last month. You noticed that too. Lisa felt relief that she wasn't alone in her suspicions. He shut down my request to access historical archives, said humans aren't ready for certain information. Eric frowned. Since when does an Earth ambassador decide what humans are ready for? They were interrupted by Vila, the Ardelian aide. Commander Reeves, I've been looking for you. A message from Earth. The U.S. Horizon has entered the system. It will dock tomorrow. Lisa nodded. The Horizon bringing supplies and personnel rotations was expected. Thank you, Vela. Vela hesitated. May I show you something in the historical gallery? There's an exhibit I think would interest you. Lisa and Eric followed Vela to a quiet section of the massive council archives. The display showed artifacts from various extinct civilizations. This was uncovered on Proxima Centauri, Vela whispered, pointing to a small stone tablet. The council claims it belonged to a species that died out 20,000 years ago. Lisa studied the faded carving. Her breath caught. The figures looked unmistakably human. This can't be right, Eric whispered. Humans never left Earth until recently. According to official records, Vela said meaningfully, my people are keepers of oral histories. We have stories of a time when humans walked among the stars, before the Great Purge. Great Purge? Lisa asked. Vela suddenly looked frightened. I said too much. Watch for the Araxian symbol in the old archives. It marks files about Project Containment. She hurried away, leaving Lisa and Eric stunned. That evening, Greg, Lisa, and Eric met in Lisa's quarters, careful to speak in whispers. I've been analyzing council technology, Greg explained. There's something odd about their faster-than-light travel systems. They're inefficient, like they deliberately avoided certain principles of physics. Principles that humans are just beginning to discover, Lisa realized. Eric added, and I found references to dangerous cognitive patterns in some translated documents. They might be talking about human thought processes. A knock at the door silenced them. Lisa opened it to find Maya Johnson, security chief from the newly arrived U.S. Horizon. Commander Reeves, Captain Rodriguez sent me. We detected unauthorized transmissions from your quarters to an Araxian facility. Lisa pulled her inside quickly. We're being monitored. Maya nodded grimly. The captain suspected as much. That's why I'm really here. She found something odd when reviewing first contact protocols. What? The Valfusians didn't discover Earth by accident. They were directed to contact us by something called the Preservers. And Captain Rodriguez has evidence that Ambassador Carter's mind has been tampered with. Lisa looked at her small team, a scientist, a linguist, and now a security officer. We need to be careful. If what we suspect is true, then humanity was never supposed to join the Council. We were being contained. But why? Eric asked. Greg's eyes widened suddenly as he made a connection. What if it's not what we did, but what they fear we might do? Outside, the lights of Centauri Prime glittered like stars, beautiful and cold, hiding secrets thousands of years old. Lisa and her team met in the secure communications room aboard the U.S. Horizon. Captain Nina Rodriguez had swept it for listening devices 3 times. We can speak freely here, Nina said, her dark eyes serious. My ship's systems detected energy signatures when we approached Earth that match Council technology. They've been watching us for centuries. Greg connected his tablet to the ship's larger display. I found these records in the crystal. According to this, Council ships visited Earth approximately 50,000 years ago. The screen showed ancient star charts with Earth clearly marked. Next to it were DNA sequences. Is that human DNA? Maya asked. Greg nodded. With modifications, evidence suggests the Council altered early human genetics. Eric studied the data. The modifications appear to target brain development. They limited us somehow. But why? Lisa wondered. What were they afraid of? This might answer that, Greg said, showing another file. I've been running tests comparing human brain patterns to other Council species. We process information differently. While they excel at logical, sequential thinking, humans show unusual neural pathways for creative problem-solving and pattern recognition. Maya frowned. They hobbled our brains because we think differently. The U.S. Horizon's science team found something else, Nina added. Council technology is deliberately designed to be incompatible with human neurology. It's like they built their systems to exclude us. Their meeting was interrupted when Vela requested entry. She looked terrified. Commander Reeves, I must speak with you. A Council scientist named Jorax was found dead this morning. Lisa tensed. What happened? Officially, a lab accident. But Jorax contacted me yesterday. He'd been studying ancient records about Earth and found something that disturbed him. Vela handed Lisa a small device. He wanted you to have this. Back in her quarters on Centauri Prime, Lisa examined Jorax's device while Greg scanned for surveillance. It's clean, Greg confirmed. But we shouldn't stay long. Lisa activated the device. A hologram appeared showing a much younger Krell with other Araxians. The timestamp indicated it was over 2,000 years old. Project containment remained successful, hologram Krell reported. The human specimens continue to develop along controlled parameters. Their neural inhibitors prevent the emergence of the pattern. What's the pattern? Lisa wondered. The recording continued. We recommend continued isolation. If humans ever developed space travel and joined galactic society, their cognitive uniqueness could destabilize the established order. The human mind's chaotic nature makes them unpredictable. Greg looked pale. They've been keeping us isolated on purpose. Lisa noticed something in the background of the recording. a symbol that matched one she'd seen in the council archives. "I need to check something," she said. "Eric, come with me." In the archives, Lisa and Eric found the section marked with the same symbol. But before they could investigate, they were interrupted. "Commander Reeves, Mr. Wallace." Ambassador Carter's voice was flat, his eyes strangely empty. "This area is restricted to Earth personnel." "Sir, we have access clearance," Lisa began. "That has been revoked. All humans are now confined to designated areas pending a special council session tomorrow." Carter's voice sounded rehearsed. When they were alone, Eric whispered, "Did you see his eyes? It's like he's not himself." "Maya mentioned mind tampering," Lisa replied. "We need to warn the others." They returned to find Greg examining the data from Jorax. "Lisa, this is bigger than we thought. The files contain genetic records of ancient humans before the Council's tampering. We weren't just different, we were exceptional. Our ancestors had cognitive abilities that frightened them. And now?" Lisa asked. "The inhibitors they placed in our DNA have been weakening over generations. That's why they're panicking. We're evolving back toward our original state." Greg looked up. "The Council didn't invite us to join them. The Preservers forced their hand because they knew we were about to break through the containment on our own." Outside their window, Council security forces were gathering. Time was running out. "The special session tomorrow," Maya said. "What if they're planning to reinstate the quarantine? Or worse?" Lisa looked at her team. "Then we need to expose the truth before that happens." Across the galaxy, on Earth, scientists were making an unexpected discovery: ancient human remains with neural structures unlike any in modern humans. The truth was emerging on two worlds simultaneously. Morning came to Centauri Prime with an eerie quiet. Lisa noticed increased security patrols in the diplomatic sector. Their movements around the human quarters were no longer hidden. "They're watching us openly now," Maya said as she entered Lisa's room. "Captain Rodriguez received orders to prepare the horizon for departure within 6 hours." Lisa frowned. "They're trying to remove our only military support." Greg arrived with Eric, both looking exhausted after a night analyzing Jorax's data. "We've put it all together," Greg said, spreading documents across the table. 50,000 years ago, humans weren't primitive cave dwellers. We had a civilization, possibly even early space travel. Eric pointed to translations. "According to these records, humans were part of an early interstellar group that preceded the Council. We called ourselves the First Alliance." "What happened to it?" Lisa asked. "A faction led by ancient Araxians feared the human mind." Greg showed brain scan comparisons. "Our neural pathways allow for what they called dangerous cognitive leaps: intuition, creativity, thinking outside established patterns." Maya looked skeptical. "They feared us because we're creative." "You don't understand," Eric said. "The other species develop technology through slow, methodical steps. Humans make unexpected connections. We innovate in ways they find unpredictable. To them, unpredictable means dangerous." Vila arrived, looking over her shoulder fearfully. "The special council session has been moved up. It begins in 1 hour." "Why the rush?" Lisa asked. "The Valfusian ambassador, Xorthep, and his faction are arguing against reinstating the quarantine. The Araxians want to vote before more council members join them." Vela hesitated. "There's something else. A preserver contacted me. They want to meet you in the old archives immediately." Lisa made a quick decision. "Maya, go with Greg back to the horizon. Make sure Captain Rodriguez understands what's happening. Eric and I will meet this preserver." In the depths of the archives, Lisa and Eric found a hidden chamber. Inside waited an elderly alien with pale blue skin and 6 fingers on each hand. "I am Jonar, last surviving member of the original preservers," the alien said softly. "We have maintained the truth for 50 millennia." "What truth?" Lisa asked. Jonar activated a device that projected a 3-dimensional star map. "Humans were not just members of the First Alliance. You were its founders. Your species discovered faster than light travel before any other. Eric gasped. That contradicts all council records. Because they rewrote history, Jonar said sadly. The ancient Araxians led a rebellion against human leadership, but rather than simply defeating you, they altered your very nature. The projection changed to show human DNA strands with highlighted sections. They modified your ancestors' genetics, limiting neural development and inserting biological blocks against certain technologies. Then they placed Earth under quarantine, periodically checking to ensure you remained contained. But why not just destroy us? Lisa asked. Because despite their fear, they needed you. Jonar's eyes showed ancient sadness. Without human creativity, galactic progress slowed dramatically. The Council has been technologically stagnant for thousands of years. They advance but never innovate. So they kept us as a backup plan. Eric asked bitterly. Some council members always advocated for ending the quarantine. Others feared that if humans rejoined galactic society and regained their full potential, you would seek revenge. Lisa thought about Ambassador Carter's strange behavior. They're controlling our ambassador, aren't they? Jonar nodded. Mind conditioning technology. It only works on species with specific neural patterns, like humans. An alarm suddenly blared through the archives. Jonar looked alarmed. They've discovered my presence. You must go. Take this. He handed Lisa a small crystal sphere. It contains the complete unaltered history and the key to reversing the genetic modifications. Your people can restore what was taken from them. Lisa took the sphere. Why help us? Because the galaxy needs human creativity again, and because what was done to your people was wrong. Jonar's form began to shimmer. I must return to my ship. Remember, not all council species supported the containment. Find your allies. After Jonar vanished, Lisa and Eric hurried back toward the diplomatic sector. On the way, they saw council security forces surrounding the human quarters. We're too late, Eric whispered. The vote happened early. Lisa clutched the sphere. We need to get this to the horizon. It's humanity's only chance now. Lisa and Eric hid in a maintenance tunnel as council security forces marched past. The diplomatic sector was in chaos. We need to reach the horizon, Lisa whispered, clutching the crystal sphere Jonar had given her. But they blocked all direct paths to the docking bays. Eric checked his communicator. No signal. They've jammed our frequencies. A soft sound made them turn. Vela stood there with two other aliens Lisa didn't recognize. Commander Reeves, these are friends, Vela said. Council security is arresting all humans. Ambassador Carter announced that Earth has violated Council protocols and must be quarantined again. Carter is compromised, Lisa said. Mind conditioning. We know, said one of Vela's companions, a stocky orange-skinned alien. I am Drix of the Calderans. We oppose what the Araxians are doing. The Council is fracturing over this issue, the other alien explained. Many of us believe the ancient wrong against humanity must be corrected. Thorthep tried to speak against the quarantine during the emergency session, Vela added. He was removed by Araxian security. We fear for his safety. Distant shouting echoed through the tunnels. We have little time, Drix said. We can get you to the lower docking bay. Your Captain Rodriguez refuses to leave without her crew. They moved through service corridors, avoiding patrols. On wall screens throughout the complex, they glimpsed Ambassador Carter addressing the Council. Earth accepts the wisdom of the quarantine, Carter said, his eyes vacant. Humanity requires further development before joining galactic society. That's not Carter talking, Eric muttered. It's the conditioning. They reached a junction when alarms blared. Intruder alert in Section 7, announced a mechanical voice. All security units respond. That's Greg, Lisa realized, creating a diversion. Drix led them through maintenance shafts until they reached a small hangar. This service bay connects to the main docks. Your ship is 3 levels up. Suddenly, the doors slid open. Krell stood there with 4 armed guards. Commander Reeves. How disappointing. Krell's reptilian eyes focused on the sphere in Lisa's hand. A preserver artifact. Hand it over. This belongs to humanity, Lisa said. It's our true history, what you stole from us. Krell's mouth formed a cold smile. Your species was dangerous, unpredictable. You nearly destroyed the galaxy once with your reckless innovations. Or you feared being surpassed, Eric challenged. Krell signaled his guards to advance. The modifications to your species were necessary. The council voted. The council was lied to, came a voice from behind Krell. Exor Thep stood there, his blue skin bruised, surrounded by Valfusion guards. As I have been lied to. Krell turned. This doesn't concern you, Valfusion. I was sent to contact Earth based on false information. Thep said. You claimed humans had naturally evolved to council standards. Now I learn you engineered their entire development. The distraction allowed Vela's companions to move. In moments, Krell's guards were disarmed. This is treason, Krell hissed. No, Shorthep replied. The true treason happened 50,000 years ago, when the Araxians overthrew the First Alliance and rewrote history. On screens throughout the complex, the confrontation was being broadcast. Apparently, someone had activated the security feeds. Council members from dozens of worlds were witnessing Krell's confession. Commander, Maya's voice came through Lisa's communicator. The jamming field is down. Captain Rodriguez is holding the horizon at Departure Bay 4. We need to leave now, Lisa told the others. The truth is out, but the Araxians still control most security forces. Ho-Ortheb nodded. Go, my people will ensure your safe passage. This sphere must reach Earth. As they hurried toward the horizon, explosions rocked the complex. On screens, they saw council ships firing on each other in orbit. The council is splitting apart, Vela said sadly. Thousands of years of unity ended. A unity built on lies, Eric replied. They reached the horizon's docking port. Captain Rodriguez waited at the airlock. Commander Reeves, we have 30 seconds before they override the docking clamps. Lisa turned to Vela and Exorthep. Come with us. Thorthep shook his head. I must stay and fight for truth in the council. But this is not the end. It's a beginning. As the horizon broke free from Centauri Prime, Lisa watched the space battle unfolding. The truth about humanity had shattered the Galactic Council in a single day. Set course for Earth, Captain Rodriguez ordered. Maximum speed. They'll be coming after us. Lisa held the crystal sphere containing humanity's true history. We have to make sure Earth is ready for what's coming. The U.S. horizon raced through space with 2 Araxian warships in pursuit. In the ship's lab, Greg studied the crystal sphere Jonar had given Lisa. It's incredible, he said. This contains not just our history, but detailed records of what they did to human DNA. The genetic blocks they inserted limited our brain development and created incompatibility with certain technologies. Captain Rodriguez entered the lab. Can we undo what they did to us? Given time, yes. But we have a more immediate problem. Greg pointed to the sensor display. 3 more council ships just joined the pursuit. We won't reach Earth before they catch us. Lisa studied the star charts. There's a system 2 light years from here. Jonar's data mentions an abandoned outpost there. From the First Alliance era, Eric asked. Lisa nodded. If any human technology remains, it might help us. Captain Rodriguez made the decision quickly. Setting course now. Prepare for emergency maneuvers. The horizon changed direction, diving toward a small star system with a rocky outer planet. As they approached, sensors detected unusual energy readings. There's something down there, Maya confirmed, hidden under the surface. The horizon landed on the barren planet, while the pursuing ships spread out in orbit. Captain Rodriguez gathered the key team members. We have hours at most before they send ground forces. Find whatever's causing those energy readings. Lisa led a team to the coordinates. What appeared to be bare rock suddenly shimmered, revealing a hidden entrance. Inside, they found a vast chamber filled with dust-covered technology, unlike anything in the Council. "This is human-made," Greg whispered in awe. From before the fall. The technology looked simple yet elegant. No unnecessary components. When Lisa approached a central console, it lit up in response to her presence. It recognizes human DNA, Greg realized. He studied the readouts. This was a defense outpost, designed to protect against something called neural reconfiguration technology. The same technology they used to control Ambassador Carter, Lisa said. Eric translated symbols on the wall. This outpost was built to protect humans from having their minds altered. It generates a field that blocks the Council's control signals. They worked quickly to understand the ancient human systems. Greg discovered that despite being powered down for 50,000 years, the technology remained functional. "Our ancestors built things to last," he said with pride. Maya returned from scouting the perimeter. "Council ships are landing. We have maybe 30 minutes. Lisa made a decision. "Can we activate the defense field?" Greg nodded. "I think so, but it's designed to cover a single planet, not extend to Earth." "We need to send this information home," Captain Rodriguez said, "but all transmissions are being blocked." Eric studied the ancient controls. "Maybe not all. This system uses a different communication technology, something the Council doesn't use or monitor." Working together, they activated the old human systems. The outpost hummed to life, power flowing through circuits unused for millennia. "The defense field is active," Greg confirmed as lights illuminated throughout the facility. "Council control technology won't work here now." Lisa connected the crystal sphere to the outpost communication array, sending all data to Earth now. Outside, the first Council ships landed. But before their troops could approach the outpost, the defense field expanded, covering the entire area. "They can't use their mind control technology within the field," Greg explained. "And according to these readings, the field is growing." On the communication display, confirmation flashed that Earth had received the transmission. Moments later, a message came through on the old human frequency. "Horizon, this is Earth Command. Message received. We've begun analyzing the data. Ancient human technology has been discovered beneath Olympus Mons on Mars. It's powering up in response to your transmission. Stand by for reinforcements." Lisa felt a surge of hope. "It's happening all over the solar system, isn't it? The old technology is waking up." Eric nodded. "The genetic blocks in our DNA have been weakening for generations. Now that we know they exist, we can break them completely." A massive energy signature appeared on their scanners. "Something's coming through faster than light," Maya reported. "But it's not using Council drive technology." Captain Rodriguez smiled. "It's ours. Human technology, returning after 50,000 years." On the screens, they watched as ships unlike any they'd seen before appeared in orbit. Their design was simple, elegant, powerful, unmistakably human in origin. The ancient outpost's AI spoke for the first time. First Alliance Defense Protocol activated. Genetic profile confirmed. "Welcome home, children of Earth." 3 months after their escape from Centauri Prime, Lisa stood on the bridge of a ship unlike any built by modern humans. The restoration was created using recovered First Alliance technology. Its clean lines and intuitive controls felt natural, as if designed specifically for her mind. "Status report," she said, looking at the holographic display showing hundreds of ships gathered near Jupiter. "Earth's defense grid is fully operational," Greg replied. His eyes showed a new clarity since undergoing the genetic correction procedure. "The biological blocks in 90% of Earth's population have been removed." "And Ambassador Carter?" Lisa asked. "Fully recovered," Eric said. "He's leading the diplomatic team preparing for the Council representatives." The genetic modifications that had limited human potential for 50,000 years were being undone. As people underwent the correction procedure, they reported heightened intuition, improved pattern recognition, and natural affinity for the recovered technology. Incoming transmission from Captain Rodriguez, Maya announced from her security station. Nina Rodriguez appeared on screen, now Admiral of Earth's rapidly growing fleet. Commander Reeves, the Council delegation has entered the solar system. 27 ships representing all member species. Any sign of Araxian aggression? Lisa asked. No. After their failed attack on Mars colony, they seem to have accepted their position. Nana's expression was grim but satisfied. Their leadership has been removed by other council members. In the chaos following humanity's escape from Centauri Prime, the council had fractured. The revelation of the 50,000-year conspiracy had caused widespread outrage. Many species resigned from the council in protest. Others demanded justice against the Araxians. Now, 3 months later, a reformed council sought peace with awakened humanity. The First Alliance outposts throughout the galaxy are all responding to our signals, Greg reported. Humanity had spread further than we imagined before the Araxian rebellion. Lisa nodded. And the other contained species. 6 others have been identified, Eric said. The Navari were the closest to breaking their quarantine naturally. The genetic correction procedures are being adapted for their physiology now. The view screen showed the Council ships approaching Earth orbit. Sensors detected familiar energy signatures. Volfusion, Ardelian, and many others. They're requesting permission to land at the United Nations, Maya said. Lisa took a deep breath. Tell them we'll meet them there. Hours later, Lisa stood with Earth's leaders as the council representatives entered the General Assembly Hall. Thorthep led them, now bearing the title of interim council leader. People of Earth, the Volfusion began. We come seeking reconciliation. What was done to your species was an injustice that corrupted our civilization for 50 millennia. Secretary General Maria Alvarez stepped forward. The past cannot be undone, but the future remains unwritten. Earth does not seek revenge. But we do seek justice, Lisa added, for ourselves and the other species who were contained. Horthep nodded. The Council has voted unanimously to dissolve itself. In its place, we propose a new alliance based on the principles of your first alliance, with humanity helping to lead the way. Vila moved to stand beside Xorthep. The old council suppressed innovation and creativity out of fear. We have stagnated for thousands of years while telling ourselves we were advanced. A murmur ran through the assembled leaders. And what guarantees do we have that this won't happen again? Admiral Rodriguez asked. No guarantees, Xorthep admitted. Only the commitment to truth and the recognition that diversity of thought leads to strength, not weakness. In the following days, the foundations for a new galactic alliance were established. Lissa found herself appointed as Earth's representative to the Formation Committee. How does it feel? Greg asked her as they watched ships from 30 different worlds orbiting Earth peacefully. In just a few months, we've gone from a quarantined species to galactic leaders. It feels right, Lisa said. But our work is just beginning. The genetic corrections continued spreading through Earth's population. Ancient human outposts across the galaxy were being rediscovered. The other contained species were awakening to their potential. Do you think the Araxians were right to fear us? Eric wondered. Lisa looked at the stars, thinking of all that had happened and all that was to come. They weren't wrong about human creativity being disruptive, she said. But their mistake was seeing disruption as a threat rather than an opportunity. On a view screen nearby, news showed children playing with technology that combined modern human innovation with recovered First Alliance principles, creating something entirely new in the process. That's humanity's real power, Lisa said. Not just what we create, but how we inspire others to create alongside us. The conspiracy to contain humanity had failed, and the galaxy would never be the same again.